Alright. I am pretty much done with Portland. I was looking at the train yard, thinking I was going to try and hop out of there. I just got to be honest with you. I'm not a great train hopper. I'm not gonna do it. At least not from here. I'll stick with the easy stuff for now. So, originally, the plan was from Seattle to try and hop trains all the way down to Roseville, down here, Roseville. Turns out I still suck at hopping trains, so I don't think that's gonna happen. One thing I know for sure is that if I can get down to, where is it? Dunsmuir is super easy to catch out of, so I could probably hop a train out of Dunsmuir south to Roseville. That I'm sure I could do. And then the plan was from Roseville to head east into Nevada, Utah, and eventually coming into Colorado. Alright, I'm in Wilsonville now, and man, it is hot. I probably should have checked the temperature before filming, but I did not. Feels like it's like, I don't know, 80, 85, something like that. It's getting there. And it's not like I'm going anywhere that's going to get much cooler. You know, my projected path is going through like Nevada. So I might be in Nevada during July, which might be a bad idea, but hopefully I'll just make it right through there. But anyway, I didn't mention it, but I did get rid of some things to make my pack lighter. So I had like a roll of trash bags that I got rid of. I had some zip ties in there that I got rid of. I got rid of my tripod and my my stool, my little seat, which that's probably the thing that's going to hurt the most. But you know, it's just extra weight. I don't really use it that much. I don't need it, technically speaking, so it's just it's probably worth it to me to drop the weight. What else? I got rid of a bunch of clothes too. I was carrying 3 sets of clothes, plus socks and underwear. And also I had a towel. Actually, I was carrying 4 sets of clothes because I had an undershirt and a pair of sweatpants that I was using when it was really cold out. Obviously, it's not cold anymore, so I don't need those anymore. So I got rid of that. Got rid of 1 pair of my clothes. So now I just got the ones I'm wearing and 1 extra pair. And I still kept a bunch of the socks and underwear because that stuff's important. And yeah, got rid of a bunch of weight. That's nice. Still pretty heavy when I have like a full jug of water and a bunch of food and stuff, but freed up a lot of space in my pack, which is a double-edged sword because I might end up just accumulating a bunch more shit. So I made my way down the light rail to Wilsonville, and from there I had a little bit to do. Alright, I got some stuff from Walgreens. I went to the barber, got my beard trimmed. It looks alright. I mean, the mustache, I don't like it that short necessarily, but that's fine. Just all I gotta do is wait. So now it's time to go hitchhike for the first time in like, I don't know, it feels like almost a month. Seems like a pretty decent spot right here. Really nice wide margin. Only problem is the double lanes makes it a little difficult. Alright. Well, this is a nice thing about coming back down a route that I've already been through, is I know this place. I think last time I was here, I spent like 2 or 3 days here. I remember it quite well, so I know a spot over here on the other side of the highway where I can possibly set up, as long as there's not somebody else there, because I also remember seeing other people around last time I was here. But go ahead and check it out. This is the spot down here. Looking, and I don't see, I mean, it's hard to really see if there's anything going on down there, but make my way down there. There were some people over the other direction. Oop. Oh jeez, I can't forget. Well, aside from some fucking nasty thorns, let's see. I don't see anybody here. Looks about like how I left it. Yeah, alright. So I got a good night's sleep in a familiar spot, and the next day I hit the on-ramp. Alright, I've been out here for a little bit. Seems like mostly work trucks coming by, and just nobody's really stopping. So I think I'll probably try again later. You know, the thing that really sucks about having a mode of transportation that's not in your control is that I get waves of energy, right? I get waves of motivation. Sometimes I'm really motivated, sometimes I'm not. But even when I have that motivation, I'm like, all right, now's the time, let's get out of here. I might still have to wait for a couple of hours after that. Just kind of really sucks. It's not all in my control, you know. Also, unfortunately, I kind of have to stay here, so I can't really go into Salem. There just isn't a good place to get out from. There's nowhere in Salem that has like a good on-ramp to get off. There's a lot of homeless people around, and so there, you know, once you're in Salem, you kind of can't get out, and there's no way to get south easily out of Salem. You know, once you exit Salem going south, there's really like just a bunch of nothing. So can't really do that. So my best option is honestly just to stay here for as long as it takes. Alright, I did manage to get out there after all that talk of the numbers not being in my favor and all that. So I'm now in Albany, and let me just go to the map real quick. So here I am in Albany. Now, if I want to stay on I-5, the next place would be Eugene. And this is kind of the problem with I-5, is that it doesn't go through a lot of other places. It kind of just cuts right through the landscape from big city to big city. So I could also go on 99E if I wanted to, and that would take me through a slightly more roundabout way down to Eugene. And then from there, this looks like fairly easy hitching. I mean, I don't know, you know, what the on-ramps are like necessarily, but not that bad. But Albany here has kind of a weird system. So in order to get back on I-5 going south, well, over here would work. Yeah, that might be the next place I have to go. Yeah, this boot is absolutely fucked. I don't know how that happened so fast. It's like the inside of the sole of the shoe is like weirdly tilted this way, which forces my heel down that way. So like every step I take, I'm pressing out on this seam, and it's kind of doing the same thing on the other side, but you know, it's not nearly as bad. But you can kind of see that my heel is right against this edge, a little bit starting right here, but that's really annoying because I don't have any money, so I can't really afford to replace these boots yet. Yeah. Looks like they're putting something together over here. Haven't seen anything really tempting to jump on yet, but I got to get over this fence if I want to get on there. So this is the point where my mental health really took a dive. I feel like I've been talking about this too much lately, and I considered not showing it, but you know, this is an important part of the whole journey, the whole process. So yeah, I'll let past me to take it away. All right. Well, for you it has been no time at all. For me, it has been a long week since that last clip. Basically, I got kind of comfortable, found a good spot to sleep in, and got a little bit depressed and felt like giving up and stuff, and then kind of snapped out of it. So I don't know. I'm here. I'm still doing stuff. I think I've finally kind of come to my senses and got like, whatever the hell's been going on the last month or so, I think I've kind of, can you hear me? It's like the wind's blowing like crazy. I think I've basically just come to the conclusion that I'm freaking out over nothing, and I've actually got a pretty good thing going right now, and it would be stupid of me to give it up for no reason. So yeah, I don't know, back to usual, I guess. So here's the spot where I've been staying. It's such a good spot, I've been returning to it every night. I don't think I've even come close to being discovered. So what you might notice is there's a Walmart way over here, and before you get to that Walmart there is this fence, this weird empty lot here. Not exactly sure what's going on with that. And then you look a little further, there's another fence over there, but between these two fenced off areas there's a little corridor. So there's this little corridor right here, and what I noticed about this little corridor is that there's a ditch on this. It goes right down the middle of it. On one side of the ditch it's just grass, on the other side of the ditch it's all trees, but there's a little spot over here where I can crawl across the ditch and into a little clearing that's on the other side. You will also notice at the far end of this corridor there's just another fence, so you can't actually get in from the other side. But if I just come through here, push through a couple of little bushes here, you can see there's actually quite a bit of space back here, and it's covered. There's a covered fence on this side, and there's a line of trees on this side. So yeah, this is actually, there's a gap here, but if I go a little further ahead, this is actually a pretty nice and secure spot. Woke up today feeling a little sluggish. It's about like 4 o'clock now, 3:30, something like that. So I haven't wasted the whole day, but I've done a good portion of it. But all I need is a little bit of time on the on-ramp, and hopefully I can get to Eugene today still. And then basically from Eugene, we're going south from there. It's all mountains until you get to Redding. So I haven't been in the mountains in quite some time. In fact, I've been in Oregon for like, I'm bad with time. Have I ever said that? I can't calculate off the top of my head how long I've been in Oregon, but it's been at least a couple weeks, probably almost a month. So you know, simultaneously excited to get out of Oregon and also not, because Oregon's really nice. The people are super friendly around here. Like, despite me just being some bum, like doing absolutely nothing, a lot of people around here have just been super friendly to me. So I very much appreciate that. I think Albany, Oregon is a very cool town. Alright, so here's the deal with this on-ramp. You got on the near side of the road here, it just turns off right here, and you got a big sweeping curve. Goes on to I-5. And then if you look all the way over there at that light, there's a spot for people that are going on the opposite side of the road to turn, and then those meet up ahead. So I could go all the way up there to where these two on-ramps meet, or I could just stay right here on this one on-ramp and hope that that's good enough. I think it's going to be better. I think if I go too far up ahead, people are going to have too much speed. So I think it's better if I stay relatively close here. So that's what I'm going to do. On second thought, the people entering this on-ramp are going a little fast anyway. So I'm going to go down somewhere over here and just see what happens, and then maybe I'll move even back down to the other place that's on at the light. All right, yeah, I got up to that spot, stuck out my thumb, got it right immediately. So now I'm in Eugene, on the south side here. And it looks like it might be a little complicated to get out of here. This is a highway that just kind of merges with I-5 south. I guess I could stand right here, stick out the thumb, see what happens. People are going kind of fast, but people might stop. You never really know. I'll give it a shot at least, and then if I can't do that, I think I'm gonna have to walk a little bit south, get to a better on-ramp. But yeah, on the road again. So yeah, I hitchhiked there for a little bit, decided to head on down the road, walked a little, came up to a gas station, and I set up in a little ditch right next to the gas station. All right, so I set up in this little ditch here by the gas station. You can see, probably not, but it's morning already, and I got cup of coffee, a banana, and 2 slices of pizza for $5. I've seen worse deals at like Dollar Tree. That's an actually amazing price. Kind of blew me away. But anyway, I guess I gotta eat this stuff and then go pack my stuff up and hit the on-ramp. Alright, well, here it is. That's the on-ramp. Doesn't look too active. That's alright, it just means I'll have to sit here for longer. It should be fine. There's another one on the other side I can just about see from here. It doesn't look any more active, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come right about out to this little bollard right here. Hopefully that gives people enough time to see that I'm here. And I'm just going to sit on my pack and wait for a ride. Well, apparently it's only 77 degrees out, but in the direct sunlight it feels pretty hot. Feels a little sweaty, and this is making me rethink my strategy. I do not think this is a good time of year to be crossing Nevada. If I can get on a train that takes me all the way through it, then fine. But basically, I can't. Oh man, even on the train, like it's got to get hot on the train, right? At least you've got like the winds to cool you off. That's something. But yeah, I don't know. For sure, I need, if I'm gonna get on a train in this kind of heat or hotter, much hotter, I need to bring a lot of water. Like this gallon here is not gonna be enough. I'm probably gonna want like 2 gallons if I'm crossing Nevada in this heat. I want like at least 2 gallons at all times. Meanwhile, this road's pretty freaking empty. There's people coming by every once in a while. It's not like there's nothing at all, but I'm kind of enjoying myself. I'm just like, you know, taking the opportunity to practice singing a little bit. You know, you practice playing and then you got to practice the singing as well. I've been doing like visualizations a little bit for like imagining myself in front of a store with a lot of people around, belting out songs, strumming hard, playing loud. That's something I got to work on a lot, so I'm doing visualizing for that, and sitting here at this empty on-ramp, it's kind of a good opportunity to practice actually singing out loud. So you know, every cloud has a silver lining and all that. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Check in if anything happens. All right. Got a short ride, just up one one stop basically. But this intersection seems a little bit busier, so hopefully I get out of here quickly. Got a significant ride. So yeah, from Eugene all the way down to Grants Pass, which is pretty far south. I don't know how many miles that is, like 50, 60, something like that, maybe more. Yeah, great ride, cool guy, had a lot of good stuff to talk about there. A long ride like that, you always hope that you get along with the person, and yeah, got along great. So shout out to him. I actually don't remember if I got his name, but that's on me. Yeah, so now I think I'm gonna go into this McDonald's to get a little something to eat, and then this place seems pretty busy, so I don't think I'll have much trouble getting another ride from here. There's a on-ramp is way up there. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe I'll chill in Medford for a little bit, give it a couple days just to see, because this area is pretty sweet, you know, like nestled into these little foothills here. I don't know if you'd call them mountains yet. Maybe you might. I don't know how big does a mountain have to be for you to call it a mountain. Also, I have no idea what's going on with this caveman over here. He looks like he's having a bad time. Is his arm on backwards? I don't know. Anyway. Well, I'm getting real low on money, so I thought to myself, why don't I go and busk a little? And I came over to this Shell station, and I sat down, and I'm just like, I don't like busking. I don't like drawing attention to myself in the first place. And then I sat down, and it's like, there's these dudes in like big pickup trucks. There's a couple of like, you know, I guess it's in Oregon, you have like the gas, at the gas stations, you have people to pump your gas for you. So there's those guys sitting there. And then like, I just kind of like get my stuff out and tune it and start fiddling around, trying to work up the courage to sing loudly. and then this biker guy pulls up right in front of me, blasting Simple Man, and then he stops and he like gets on his phone and starts like shouting at somebody over the phone. And it's like, man, I already don't want to like play right now, and this is the fucking audience I'm playing to. All right, maybe I'll just fucking stay broke and go hitchhike for a little bit. Yeah, I decided I don't particularly want to do that either. I don't know. I'm just gonna go find a quiet spot and practice my ukulele by myself. I don't know, I guess I'm just not in the mood right now. Is this camera gonna stay up? Maybe. Shouldn't have got rid of that tripod, obviously. When you were here before, couldn't look you in the eye. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so fucking special. But I'm a creep, and I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Alright, well, it's the next day, and definitely want to get out of here today. I've kind of been waiting around a little bit. It's like 1 o'clock now, because I feel like hitchhiking's a little better in the latter half of the day. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's a nice day out, and I don't see a ton of bikers around like I did yesterday, so see how this goes. Alright, well, that was an interesting ride. I get in this guy's car, alright. He's blasting like hardcore punk and metal and stuff. There's a back up on the highway, there was a wreck, so we're like sitting there for a while. And then we get past the wreck a little bit, and then I'm like, I just made some offhanded comment about like, man, you get out into these mountains a little bit and you could like kill somebody and nobody ever know. Just thinking that was like an offhanded comment about how remote it would be. And he like gets weirded up on me and like pulls off at a rest stop and is like, get out here. Okay. I didn't know that was the line, you know. Whatever. I guess it's more real to him than it is to me. So, okay. You're gonna get weirded out by it. I'll get off. I don't think it's too bad right here anyway. There's a rest stop. There'll be people coming by. The real problem here is that I have no money, and even if I had money, there's no food around. I mean, it's a rest stop. So, kind of hoping once I got to Medford, things would be a little bit nicer and I could do some busking and make some money. Get something to eat. I've been just like paying $1 at a time to get some like cheap stuff from McDonald's. I had some points saved up in the McDonald's app, which I have cashed in all of them to get some hamburgers and stuff, and used up at this point all of the money that I had. I have about $3 in cash. That's it. I'm a little hungry, and I guess that's just too bad. Alright, well, there's really not a lot going on right here, so took a look at the map. Looks like in Gold Hill there's at least some stuff. There's a Dollar General, and then there's a nicer on-ramp over here. That's not too far away. So if I were to walk all the way from here to Medford, it's only 15 miles. My boots are really not good for walking, but I think I can make it to Gold Hill. It's probably only, what does it look like, a third of the way there? So 5 miles maybe. That's not that bad. So looks like that's probably what I'll do. Kind of neat how they have this paved bike path out here. Not necessarily something you'd expect. I kind of wanted to get out into the hills anyway. Like, I didn't think it was going to happen because I was just wanting to stay on I-5, but you know what? Get to do a little bit of a nature walk. Things could be worse. Yep. It's a bit further than I've walked in a while. Got about $3 in cash. So I can get some water and maybe like a fucking candy bar or something. And then I gotta just make some money. I might actually go sit outside the Dollar General and try playing my ukulele there. See what happens. Could work, I don't know. It's a very small town. Oh man, all right, big first today. Big first money I've ever made busking. Slight caveat, I did make like $3 one time busking with a harmonica, but this time I made $45. 45, which is way more than I deserve probably for how good I was playing. But yeah, guy was very nice. Came down, sat next to me, asked me to play a song, and then when I was done, he put some money in the case, and it was 45 whole dollars. It was just one guy gave me money, but he gave me a bunch, so I'm super grateful for that. Because yeah, I was about to call in favors. Not favors exactly, but you know, I was about to like call my dad and ask him to like Venmo me 50 bucks or something. But I'm glad I was able to earn it on my own. That feels good. Feels like I'm not wasting my time. So next order of business is to get to Medford, which shouldn't be too hard. It's just a matter of whether I get there today or tomorrow. Well, you know, there's not really much room on this on-ramp, but you know, could still work, I guess. Also, these woods over here look pretty nice. Maybe I can get in there for the night and then try and hitchhike out in the morning. That feels pretty good to me. I know there's people around. I mean, there's like a gas station and shit, but there's also a bridge down here. Let me just take a look around. Alright, well, the started to rain, and I thought to myself, that's odd. It hasn't done that in a while. And then I looked at the forecast, and I was like, oh, it's supposed to rain pretty much all day. Well, then I guess I better get my tarp up. And so now my tarp is up, I guess. It's a little bit late, but better late than never. And it's a little bit askew because I didn't really set this tent up with the tarp in mind. So it's a little askew, but it should be fine. I don't even know if it's really supposed to rain that hard. I just don't really know. But I guess I'll deal with that again in the morning and see what happens. Alright, well, it's morning now. Now I gotta figure out, so it's not raining, so there is a chance that I could actually get to Medford today. But I know it's supposed to keep raining later in the day, so it'd be kind of a gamble.
Just like, do I think it's gonna start raining again immediately, or is it gonna wait a little bit? That's the question right now. Yeah, this is what we're looking at. It looks like there's a pretty big patch coming. So yeah, I have like a little time and not much more. I don't think I'm gonna try and get out right now, but I might try and do something while I have the chance. Yeah, I got like maybe an hour, probably less. So I gotta figure out what I'm doing before then.
Alright, so I ended up staying in that spot all day, and then it went fine. Got a little wet, but nothing too bad. Then this morning, my phone died because I was using it and it doesn't have that much charge. So then this morning I got a ride out to Medford, but I was talking with the guy and he said there's a pilot station like north of Medford, more like Central Point. So we decided to go there because I figured I could probably charge my phone at the pilot. Usually those places have open outlets, public outlets, but this place did not. So I walked around. I went to a couple different like fast food places around, and nowhere had open outlets. So I ended up having to ask at the Dutch Bros, and they took my phone and let me charge it there. So now I have 25% battery, and now I am going into, I don't even know if it's actually Medford, but it's like there's like a mall over there and there's a Starbucks nearby. It's like 3 miles away. So I'm gonna walk myself over there to where there should be more outlets, and then I'll charge my phone and be a happy man. All right, sun is setting in Medford. Yeah, I made my way downtown and found a good place to charge my phone and stuff, and now just went shopping at the Fred Meyer, which is good. I was back in where was that? I was back in Albany, I think. I went around to a few different stores looking for cheap food, and Fred Meyer was actually one of the cheaper ones, one of the cheapest ones. I don't think I directly compared them to Walmart, but it seemed like about the same to me. So Fred Meyer is kind of a go-to now. Maybe at some point here I will do some busking around and try and get some money. I'd love to replace my boots. Give you a little update on what's going on with these. They are pretty fucked. If you look on the inside, there's basically a hole that goes all the way down through the sole of the shoe. I don't know like who made these boots, but like, I mean, I would say they were made for fashion, not for utility, but I don't even know if that works, because like, A, they're not that fashionable, and B, even if you're wearing something for fashion, you want to wear it for more than like a day, right? I don't know, I just feel like these boots were one of the worst clothing purchases I've ever made. I do feel like I could almost get away with just setting up a tent in this field right here, but I'd like to look around a little bit and see if there's something a little more private. Well, there's this little place here which is marked on the map as urban campground. Kind of wonder if this isn't like a, you know, homeless tent city sort of situation. What's going on over here? There are just a bunch of tents. Yeah. Interesting. I wonder what the deal is there. Hello, kitties. I guess these guys get fed. I don't fucking know. I don't know what that's all about. I'm gonna keep going down this path So there's this river. I guess it's more of a river than a creek. I'm hoping if I can get to the other side of that, there's not going to be too many people. I'm already seeing signs that there's people there though. I don't know, even if there is people, it might not be that big of a deal. I'll figure it out. Yeah, it seems to be that sort of area. Some people over there for tent. Stuff going on down here. I don't know. Seems a little crowded. Alright, well that went pretty well. Just kind of got in there, found a spot that wasn't too occupied. Turned out there was like another encampment. At least 2 people, but probably more. Right near where I was. Which I didn't see when I got in, but they're far enough away it wasn't an issue, so that's fine. There was somebody like moving stuff around at night, but they didn't come too close to my tent, so and then they stopped at like 11 or something, so I was able to get a pretty good night's sleep. Pretty chill in the morning. No complaints really. Sometimes you get sketched out in areas like that, but everybody seems kind of chill, so whatever. Now I'm gonna go back over towards the Starbucks I was at yesterday, and then I gotta figure out what I'm doing. If I want to try and hitchhike out today, or try and see downtown Medford, maybe stay another night. Make that decision in a little bit.
Well, it's supposed to get very hot today, to 89, so also my shoes are completely fucked, so I need new shoes, and I also need to stay out of the sun. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do that. I guess I'll wait until the evening to try and get some money for new shoes. And until then, I will try and stay indoors.
The fact that I'm still walking in these shoes at all is just a testament to my stubbornness. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely try and get rid of these today. I decided to go this way. There's like a little path that led under the interstate, and then there's more walking paths out here. This is pretty nice, actually. I think the reason I didn't come out this way before is because I thought it was going to be more of a, like a, I don't know, a nice, well-maintained park that you might get kicked out of or something like that. But I think this is basically the same sort of deal as what's going on the other side of the interstate, where there's a lot of homeless around, and you know, it's a bigger area, so I feel like, you know, I'm hoping to not be in Medford that long, but if I am, I can come back this way next time. If I'm still here tonight, maybe just find some little corner. Seems a little more peaceful. not that the other place was that bad, but there is definitely like people screaming at the top of their lungs, some sort of bipolar, schizophrenic, you know, borderline personality type of rage. It's hard to tell sometimes if they're even screaming at somebody or if they're just screaming. It's something I've gotten better at dealing with as I've been on the road longer. It's kind of unfortunate. It makes me sad, really, like whenever I hear that stuff. I think as far as like, I don't feel like I'm in danger usually when I hear people screaming like that. I feel like it's mostly in their heads, and there's some part of them that recognizes that this is fucked up, and they don't, you know, unless you start fucking with them, they don't usually, they'll kind of stay away from other people while they're in those weird manic episodes. I don't even know if manic is the right word. What is psychotic episodes sometimes? It's also different things. It's not always the same thing, you know. Anyway, I'm just rambling. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. It just makes me sad is all. Alright, well, I did absolutely nothing today, and I won't apologize for it. I probably will hate myself tomorrow, though. Yeah, I'm gonna try this spot tonight. It's just kind of out in the middle of nowhere. It's like the mall is way over that way. All this grass here, and there's obviously, so there's this area here which has been flattened down, which is a good sign someone's been here before, and then there's this, which is more obvious. But it looks like the sort of spot where somebody probably was camped here, maybe slightly longer term, and they're not here anymore. That's what it reads as to me, but I mean, I don't know. Wouldn't be surprised if there was stuff over here, but yeah, it just depends. I'm coming over this way, probably, just because I want to be behind this bush, and also a little further away from this little neighborhood here. Not that it really matters, because I'm going to be in a tent anyway. I don't think anybody cares. I saw somebody in a tent, like literally, I'm pretty sure on the mall's property. I don't even know if you can see the mall from here. I think it's like slightly behind those bushes, but the ground actually feels kind of lumpy. It's like there's a rock or something down there. I don't know, maybe I'll just go with one of these other places that's already been flattened. I'll figure it out. I'm going around busking right now. I think I've been at it for like an hour. And I've been kicked out of 3 places already. I went by Trader Joe's. They kicked me out like immediately. I went to the mall. I wrote this sign here. And I got kicked out of there basically before I even got set up. And then I went to Target. And I think I was sat there for maybe, I don't know, 15-20 minutes. So now I'm going over to Fred Meyer. I haven't played the ukulele in like 3 days or something like that. So I'm a little rusty. And wasn't feeling particularly up to singing either, but I think I'm more eased into it now, so I'm gonna try and keep going. And then if I get kicked out of Fred Meyer, or you know, when I get kicked out of Fred Meyer, there's some other places around here that I can go. I'm just gonna, you know, move around, keep moving around. And the annoying part is that I lose my focus. I lose my my groove. I'm not really that good at the ukulele yet, so I have to maintain focus, or else I start to just like lose it. But I made $1. Hooray! That's gonna get me exactly nowhere. I'm out of money completely. I spent it all, so You know, I mean, $1, it's, you know, it is something, so whatever, but it's not going to get me any food, really. It's, you know, I would love to get enough money to replace my boots. God knows how long that's going to take at this rate. I made another $6, so at least I'm not going to starve tonight. But it really would be nice to get, like, I don't know. I mean, I guess I bought these boots for $30, but you know, I got what I paid for. I'd rather spend, like, I don't know, 60, 70 on some new shoes. Hopefully they last a little longer, but that may not be realistic to get just through busking. So maybe, I mean, I still have Patreon. I'm glad I didn't decide to shut that down. That'll be like $150, but that's still a week away. So basically what I'm doing right now is I just gotta you know, survive until then, and then I guess I could use that money for shoes, and then just do more busking to eat. Use the Patreon money for stuff I need, and then use the busking money for food. That might be how it goes. We'll see. Yeah, there's a little bit of unexpected rain. It didn't last very long, but yeah, it's not great. Should have known. I knew that there was like a chance on the forecast, but for some reason I just didn't do anything about it. That's typical me. Well, let me see. Hopefully the top here is good enough that it kept the water out from inside. But let's figure this out. Yeah, everything's open and all that too. Well, doesn't look too bad. I can see a little bit of water here and there, but it doesn't actually, well, this part's a little worse. Could have been worse, but I'm gonna go ahead and cover this up because there's still a chance it could rain more today. Alright, well, my daily routine lately has been mostly waking up in this field over here, walking over here to the Starbucks, and then kind of deciding what I want to do that day. I went busking. I did quite a bit of busking yesterday, only made $7, of which I still have $5 that I need to spend. And so today I'm going to go spend that $5. Probably going to chill for quite a bit today. You know, kind of playing it by ear. I do want to go, I want to head south. I'll probably do that tomorrow. I should definitely do some more busking today. It's a Saturday, so it might be a good time to do it. I don't really feel like it, but I should probably just get over that. But anyway, yeah, tomorrow I'll go ahead and start heading south a little bit. There's some more, like, you know, Walmart and stuff down south. Basically everything I have here, but just in a different location. And it has a better on-ramp that I can hitchhike from. So once I decide to do that, it'll be easier from that location. So that's kind of the plan right now. I'm taking it slow. You know what? There's no rush. This video that you're watching right now is probably long. It's gonna be on the longer side, and that's basically fine. I'm gonna take longer to make the videos and have the length be a little bit longer on all of them. So a little bit of a different approach. Hopefully that'll work out for me. All right, I'm on the move south. Time to get to a new spot. My shoes are killing me. I can't walk very far at the same time, but it's only 3 miles away. I don't have enough money for the bus. Otherwise I would do that. But I was just practicing my ukulele a little bit, so hopefully we can, I know there's a couple of grocery stores coming up. I can go play outside there. Doesn't seem all that lively right now. It's like 2 o'clock on a Sunday, so we'll see. That looks like quite a nice library. I'm sure I will find myself over here at some point in the next couple days. So it's one thing to have a hypnotist, a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and a behavioral health specialist all in the same building. It's another thing for that building to look like that. I'm looking for somewhere to set up for the night, and I found myself here, which is kind of interesting. I don't think there's anywhere here I can necessarily set up, but obviously there's a path on the other side of the river over here. It's got to be some way over there. And there are a couple of tents set up over here too. Nowhere absolutely fantastic to set up, I don't think, but figure something out. There's a bunch of crap up here. These tents over here, what I'm talking about, and then there's one on the other side of the river right there. I don't know, there's some space here. It could be possible. If I could get right along that fence line, that'd be awesome. This is private property, I guess, but it's a completely empty lot. Sometimes I think people buy property just to put up no trespassing signs. So they're not doing anything else with it. It's the only purpose that property is serving is to inflate somebody's ego. Well, I don't really want to set up a tent on this, but I'll figure something out. I'll go somewhere around here. This should be fine. Alright. I am out of money again, so here I go. It's always nerve-wracking, but I think I'm prepared. Several people seem to enjoy the music, but it turns out there's at least one person who didn't.
Property.
All right. I understand. I don't agree, but I do understand. I don't really get what people have against buskers. Like, I get it's probably like company policy or some shit, but it's a stupid policy. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm just fucking playing music out here. I don't know why they gotta kick me out. I'm gonna move on to the next place. I respect their right to kick me off of their property. But on the other hand, like, why? Why? I see a couple people in high-vis vests. So I don't have a whole lot of hope for this, but give it a shot and see what happens. Okay, so I came over here to Fred Meyer, and one lady stopped and gave me $20, which is awesome. So far, the money I've made playing ukulele, not including the slight bit of busking I did with the harmonica, the total amount I've made so far is, let's see, 7 plus 45 plus 21 52 and then $73, of which 65 of that was from two people, two different donations, 145 donation and 120. So it kind of seems like it's interesting how, like, when you go out and play, like, there are plenty of people who will give like $1 or something like that, but that doesn't add up very quick. And then there's every once in a while there's somebody who'll give you like a 20, and that's kind of what you're waiting for, seems like. I did eventually get kicked off of Fred Meyer, but I was there for a good I don't know, my sense of time is not very good, but 15-20 minutes, something like that. But I did eventually get kicked off, and I was just like, okay, well, I've made my money. Went in, bought some food, I'm about to go eat it. So yeah, that was successful. It's once you get into it, it's really not that bad. It's just like starting that's hard. It's like getting over your nerves to get in a position and start playing music and get through the first few songs, because they're gonna suck. And then after a while, you start to hit a stride, and yeah, it's tough, and it's yeah, it's nerve-wracking. It's embarrassing in a way, but it's also empowering in a way, because like there are people do respond positively to music. Like I said, I don't know why businesses insist on kicking me out. Like, if anything, I'm doing them a favor by making their store a little more friendly, you know, a little more inviting, with some live music. That's how I would think of it, but obviously that's not how these, especially these big stores, you know, supermarkets, tend to not think of it that way. Maybe local businesses would be more okay with it, I don't know. Or they'd be less okay with it. People are strange. I don't really understand them most of the time. So I'm starting to get more comfortable with busking, and that's a good thing. But there's still some things that are pretty uncomfortable. Every morning when I wake up, I get woken up by how hot it is in my tent. And then I have to get my stuff together and get to Starbucks or somewhere with air conditioning, and that takes a while. And that's what I'm doing right now. I just start to feel really overheated really quickly. And it's not even like, it's going to start getting into the hundreds pretty soon. We're not even there yet. So yeah, I'm gonna have to think of some strategies to combat the heat here. I did the math, and Vienna sausages are like $2.50 a pound, roughly, which is pretty much the same as these smoked sausages right here. The regular Frankfurters, or, you know, just regular ballpark hot dogs, are like $1 a pound, so that would be way cheaper. But they don't have the resealable, I already put it away, but you can kind of see the resealable top. So, I mean, obviously the main problem is that these hot dogs are supposed to be refrigerated, and I can't do that, but I think I'm eating them fast enough, and they're going to be boiled anyway, so I don't think it matters that much, as long as I'm not leaving them for like a week. And yeah, these are way higher quality. Alright, well, I considered extending this video out until I got out of Oregon, but at this point it's over an hour, and I don't think I can cut it down that much more, so I'm just going to leave it here. So you may have noticed money is a bit of an issue, and I don't have any donations to read, because there haven't been any. So if you feel like you're enjoying these videos and you've got a $5, $10 to spare, check the link in the description. I have Cash App and PayPal. You can donate there. Little bug on my shoulder. No pressure though, because now I've got other ways of making money, so I feel pretty relatively good about that. But I hope you're having a good day, and I hope you have a good one after this too. I'm just literally talking shit. I don't know. End of the video. Bye.